Hello world, hello cat. I did a video on opposing views earlier, and I made it at the timing that my emotions were very high. And I started editing the video, and then I saw that the emotions were way too high. And I realized that I didn't want to share a video on a topic which is laced with fucking anger and sadness. So I figured, let's do a new one. I only got 9 minutes to record because my SD card is almost full. But I think like opposing views could be done in 9 minutes, so let's go. So mainly the idea is that sometimes in life you will have a certain view on things, and your whole surroundings, they don't trust your view, or they see things differently, and it can be annoying. The point of this video was going to be that like the interaction between your views and those of others, and the views clashing, which can be annoying. And the main thing that I wanted to say is that you have to stand for what you think is right. So just believe in yourself, and yeah, sometimes you're at that point that you don't know if you can trust your intuition or you can trust your views, because people are opposing them so much. So then you will be at this point of, am I going to stand by my own views, or am I going to mix my views with those of others, or am I going to take the view of somebody else? And sometimes if you're under pressure with a lot of opposing views to one view that is yours, then you will feel outcasted and lonely in your views and opinions, and it will be harder to stand by them. And I figured that it's important to stand by them, even when you are not sure that your views are correctly, because many of the times you think your views are correctly, but you will want to change your views for the views of others or for the expectation of others, but just don't do that, because you are on the right track, I would say. Just believe in yourself, man. What the fuck? So that is one point. Just trust your own vision, your views. What do you think is important in life? Stand by it. But we can also address the other side of the story, is that if we continuously cling to our own views, we will not listen to others, and we will lose trust in the views of others. And many times the views of others come out of a place of care. So they care for you, and they tell you an opposing view towards that of your own, to make you balance your life in some aspects more, at least in their opinion of you, or in their views of you, or in their views of the thing you are viewing. And sometimes it's also good to listen to a view of somebody else. So let's use the topic of arguments, and but argumenting your views, because like, if you don't even listen to somebody else's views, and you don't give the other view the chance to prove themselves, or the person to prove their own views by argumenting why their views are correct, then you will not give it a chance. Okay, be right back. Sorry. But yeah, it's also important to listen to the views of others and their arguments for why their views are correct, then you step back into your own views if you think that your arguments are stronger than those of others. So it's important to be able to listen to others, but to always reflect the arguments for a certain view on your own views, because you don't want, yeah, you don't want the fucking, you don't want lies, you don't want the not truth, you want the truth, right? Like, for me, I am a truth farer. I travel the waters of truth, and yeah, sometimes that gets a lot of opposing views, and it is very hard to take their arguments for their views and to contemplate them towards your own. It's hard, believe me, it's hard, because I always tend to listen to the view of somebody else and then think like, oh, okay, this person is right, and then in the end you always see something that you were better off standing with your own views. So that's what is opposing views. Yeah, I will think of something more to say. Okay, so the next point I want to make is that there are certain topics in opposing views. Politics, religion are two things that we are continuously being divided in, which is ironically funny, if you ask me. Like, 2 years of the 10 years, I found politics evil. Then I saw that there was something above politics, and I started to find politics, it's like a comedian show. They are so fucking drawn into controlling the outcome of our society that they will start fighting each other and get mad, and they will start doing shady shit, and it will come out and we will see it on the news, and it's just a fucking show, man. It's a show. It's a show of opposing views. Religions, as much as I want to say that there is something behind the screens happening in which certain religions do accept each other or allow each other to be in the vicinity of another religion, it still is a topic of opposing views. Let's be honest, like, wars are still being fought over religion, or wars are still being fought over philosophy. And I think philosophy and religion are two things that are really tightly knit together, because they both reside in history. Okay, let's go on. I've written down opposing views that turn into remarks on mental health. Those only happen when you oppose a shadow that is really big. So if they start to say like, you're fucking insane, paranoid, you need medicine, yeah, just know that your light has shone. Yeah, I think your light has shone on yeah, a really big shadow that didn't want you to see that shadow, and then that shadow attacked you for it. So like, okay, you say that I am doing something wrong in my life, but I don't want to see it myself, so I will get angry with it. Mainly thinking about parenting, honestly. Yeah, parents. And the end statement of this video is going to be, fucking know yourself. If you know yourself, you know you already done the fact checking on certain views. You know that the way you want to understand something is honest and it wants to reside with the truth. For me, that's now I'm explaining myself, because I know myself, and I think that this video is going to be worth for that one person that has a lot of opposing views around him or her and needs someone to tell them that they are not alone in this, and that if you are in a scenario like this, sometimes it's really important to be strong and be able to stand alone in this. Like, yeah, because in the end, if you have opposing views from your whole surroundings, then it will get harder and harder. Believe me. Yeah. So know yourself, fact check,